In recent years, there has been a resurgence of the survival horror genre. The indie game scene has explored a combination of different elements, producing some interesting takes on the survival horror formula. Today, I will talk to you about a game that takes the classic survival horror gameplay and dresses it up with some unique sci-fi visuals and story. Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy and this is my non-spoiler review for SIGNALIS for Ps4. The game was developed by Rose Engine and published by Humble Games. SIGNALIS follows the story of Elster, a technician replica or android that is searching an abandoned government facility in a remote planet in search for her lost memories and for someone she cares about. SIGNALIS' story is a psychological cosmic horror story that explores psychological aspects of the main character through her fragmented memories and the horrors that are hidden in space. The story of SIGNALIS is presented in a variety of ways that help keep it engaging. You will find documents that will help you learn the social-political state of the world in which the game takes place. You will find documents that help you understand aspects of the main character's story. The game also features anime cutscenes and gameplay segments that take place from a first-person perspective where you will see important aspects of the story unfold. So let's talk about the visuals of this game. SIGNALIS features some retro PS1 style visuals accompanied by fluid 3D character animations, dynamic lights and shadows, and anime cinematics. The game's setting is sci-fi and futuristic and features some deep dark colors and some bright red colors which give it a unique sci-fi look. The retro look combined with the dynamic lighting and shadows and the sci-fi setting along with the music create an incredible atmospheric experience for the player that remains that way throughout the game. In what regards to the performance of the game ran at a stable frame rate with no frame rate drops whatsoever. I did not encounter any glitches or bugs whatsoever. In what regards to the music of this game, I have to say that it's really good. It's subtle and atmospheric. The game's music and sound effects aim to create a dense atmosphere of mystery and solitude set in a sci-fi setting, and they managed to pull it off. The music is dynamic, changing when you're facing enemies, but going back to being calm and atmospheric when you're exploring. So let's talk about the gameplay. SIGNALIS is a third-person survival horror game with modern controls. The gameplay focuses on exploration, puzzle solving, resource management, inventory management, combat, and deep storytelling. In SIGNALIS, you will have to explore to find key items and solve puzzles to access new areas and progress the story forward. As part of the exploration, you will have to search every room for resources, such as ammo and healing items and documents that can help either solve puzzles or understand better what happened in the abandoned facility that you are in. There are multiple puzzles that you will have to solve. They are challenging but manageable and require a lot of thinking to solve. For the most part, they are fun, easy to understand once you pay close attention to the details, and there are always clues to help you solve them. Sometimes you will have to examine items to find clues and combine items to create key items. As you explore, you will find weapons, ammo, and healing items, which are scarce, and that you need to use wisely to survive your adventure. You can carry a limited amount of items at any given time, so you will have to store some items in order to be able to pick up others. As you explore, you will also find different types of enemies. You have to think carefully if you want to fight them or not, because fighting implies using your limited resources. You will have different guns and tools that can help you kill and defend yourself against enemies. When you aim towards an enemy, you need to aim for a brief moment so that the shots are more precise and do more damage. You find tools that serve as close-range expendable weapons that can help you deal with enemies while using bullets. Once an enemy is down, you need to kick it to finish killing it without wasting additional bullets. It is important to note that enemies respawn after a while, meaning that you need to really consider if you want to put them down or not, because eventually they will return. This adds another level of tension that works favorably for the game. There are some boss fights in the game, and the game does not autosave, so it is important that you remember to manually save at computer terminals, because when you die, you have to reload your save file. On top of all of this, Signalis has a very deep story that unfolds through documents, anime cutscenes, and gameplay segments. Some gameplay segments take place from a first-person perspective, adding to the immersion and variety of gameplay and story presentation. Signalis takes around 8 to 14 hours to complete, depending on your gameplay style. So let's talk about the cons and the pros of this game. Honestly, I have only 2 gripes with this game, and they are very small. First of all, the inventory management can be tedious. I am aware that inventory management is part of classic survival horror games. In this case, you have around 6 inventory slots where you put any type of item, including key items. There will be times where you will have to backtrack to an item box to deposit and go back to pick up other items. This made some gameplay sections tedious. My second gripe with the game has to do with the aiming, which can sometimes be wonky. The aiming system in this game works well for the most part. However, there were times when if there were too many enemies on the screen, the aiming for some reason would become unresponsive and difficult to handle. So let's talk about the pros of this game. The first strong point of this game is clearly its visual art style. This game's art style oozes personality and immediately distinguishes it from so many other survival horror games. The retro PS1 3D graphics, combined with the anime style cutscenes, all covered in sci-fi aesthetics, makes for a unique visual art style that is pleasing and engaging. The second strong point of this game is the gameplay and atmosphere. The gameplay and atmosphere of this game are top tier. The gameplay is classic survival horror at its best. It's fun and engaging, and the atmosphere helps keep the player immersed in the mystery in the sci-fi setting that the game takes place in. In conclusion, Signalis takes the classic survival horror formula, executes it flawlessly, and combines it with some unique visuals, dense atmosphere, and deep story. Without a doubt, Signalis is one of the best horror games that has come out during this year and is a must play for all survival horror fans. For this reason, I highly recommend Signalis. So that's gonna be it for my non-spoiler review of Signalis for the PS4. The link to the PlayStation Store page will be in the description. The game is also available for other platforms, the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, and Steam. So go show the developers some love. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Hi everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with our content.